So let's talk about it. I've thought about putting a full tank of gas in my car. However, what happens if we have flooding and flooding gets into our cars? And it just happened to some people here in our state, right? Now you lost your car and your full tank of gas, and that gas probably is not good. You're not going to be able to siphon that gas out to use for your compressors to run your life at home because now it's contaminated gas, right? So I can't understand you filling up your gas tanks for the hurricane. Okay. Now, I guess in case you're going to evacuate, then that's okay. Now, while you're waiting at the store because they have $2.99 gas, I understand you're saving a couple of dollars, but I just got it down the road. No line, no wait for $3.19. While you waited 2 hours at Sam's to get your gas for $2.99. Out of those 2 hours you were waiting, you've probably burnt more gas going into the line, so you needed to replace more for it. So just work with me. Do the math. Do your own math. Because, we're mathing differently at this point in time, right? Okay, so what else? What else do we have to talk about? This hurricane preparation stuff, right? The toilet paper. Why are you going to buy more than what you need? You only need to buy what you need for your family. You don't need any more. What happens if a tree falls on your shit and your shit gets flooded and your stuff gets wet? So you bought all that toilet paper for what? Man, keep that money in your bank account and wait to see what happens. As long as you have your stuff, because I still got batteries from the last time I bought batteries. And let me tell you what I do like to do. If I see something on sale and I know that, there's a chance that we may need that, I'm going to buy them. I'm going to buy them while it's at a good price. I'm going to put it away, and I'm going to use it accordingly when I need it. Hurricane preparation continues. Candles. Candles is something you may need, bitches. We live in Florida. Our power will go out with, listen. If there's the chance of a hurricane, because just last week with Hurricane Helene, it happened. I mean, we're inland, and the hurricane was 13 hours away. Why we was having brownouts and one tiny little quick blackout? I feel like the companies be getting ready for this, and we don't even know it, but they're ready to just shut us all down. Before we fuck up their grid, they're going to shut us down. So in Florida, we're used to this happening. Why you don't have candles laying around your house just in case is beyond me, because you're a fucking Floridian. So for example, I got a big ass pack of these. It was like about 1,000 of them for $3 at the Amazon Fine store. Get on it. No, it really was maybe like 20. And then just on a regular basis, you know what? I'm out shopping. I seen these. They were $3. They're tapered candles. I'm a Floridian. $3? Yes, please, let me take them because you never know when you may need these. I've had them around for so long. They have flowers. Look at them. I didn't give a fuck about the flowers, clearly. All I cared was that they were $3 and I'm a Floridian. And if anything ever happens, I know we're going to walk around with this bitch so we could see the lights, right? The water. So I fill up my little Primo with water, on a regular basis. I keep 4 of them running. Right now, 3 of them are full and the other one is inside the machine. Why would I go buy water if I got water? Now, if it was time to fill up my jugs, then I would be going to fill up my jugs. But it's not. So why am I going to go there? Why am I going to go extra? Why am I going to buy bottled water? Other than for my daughter who drinks bottled water. Why am I going to go get into the store that's already packed with people to buy bottled water when I don't need it? I don't regularly use bottled water. I use my Primo water that we buy. That's sufficient for me. What I did have to go do was buy my toilet paper and my napkins. I still have about 3 rolls of napkins unopened, 1 that's being used, and I still have almost 2 packs of toilet paper, which probably have about 9 or 12 rolls a piece. I just opened 1, and then there's 1 more in the garage, right? The reason I say that is because that's why I went to Sam's, because I buy my toilet paper and my paper towels once a month. I buy my shit once a month. So I don't judge anybody because they don't have their stuff. I go once a month. So I would be one of those that would be like, oh my God, I got no toilet paper. So that's why I had to go to the store. The next thing is some flashlights. Flashlights. We should all have flashlights. So they're here on a regular basis. I don't have to go buy any more. It's not something that's going to keep you at the store. Once you buy your flashlights that one time, then you're good to go. All you need to make sure that you have for those flashlights is batteries. And if you buy them in bulk because you live in Florida, you don't have to go buy any, right? Now, here's the one thing that I did see a lot of people, and I was actually very happy to see, is a lot of people buying compressors. Because if you don't have a compressor, then you should go buy you a compressor. Fuck the toilet paper. Make sure you have a compressor. Because chances are, we lose power, especially inland. Where we don't have to evacuate. We don't have to be so scared about the water. But it's going to be hot as fuck up in this bitch. We're going to want them phones charged. We're going to want to be able to plug up some stuff to cook, to feed those kids, and all of that. So we should be buying that. Another thing we should be buying are these. Now, I have not purchased these recently. Actually, there's some dust on them because they stay in the garage. I know where they stay all the time because I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. And God forbid it ever really does come. Oh, this bitch is ready. Oh, me and my neighbors, we finna be okay. Because we finna pow and we finna be able to communicate with each other. And you shouldn't even be buying that at the store unless you don't already have it. Copy that? 10-4. Okay. So these little lights, You can find them anywhere. The dollar store, they're really cheap. You can hang them. And they actually, most of them, some of them are USB chargeable, but most of them you just put a little battery inside. And I would highly recommend these, especially if you have little kids, because that way they're not scared. You could give them, they can be in charge of their own little light, and they have it everywhere to go. If they got to go to the bathroom, they have to go to their room. You know, so that's my tidbit for this hurricane preparation. Please stop buying all the fucking toilet paper and start thinking of things that you really need to buy. I think that a lot of people are just buying toilet paper and paper towels because no one ever really told them what they needed to buy to get prepared for a hurricane. And when people are experiencing a hurricane for the very first time, they don't really know what they need, especially if they're not watching the news, because the news does give you a little bit of information, but they don't know what they need until they go through it. And once they go through it for the first time, then they're getting more ready. So just pay attention to the news, pay attention to the people who are giving you tidbits here and there, so that you can get through this hurricane season. Remember that your neighbors and unity really comes at times of disaster. Hurricanes really like have a way of cleaning up the environment and cleaning up souls and showing how compassionate we can be with one another when crisis comes, which is something that we need to do all the time, not just at the time of crisis. So in a way, look at the silver lining and focus on the good things. For example, here I am doing this video because I woke up like this and I don't have to work today because of the rain. All of this to say, am I concerned about the hurricane? So I live in a house surrounded by lots of old waterlogged trees. And this video comes because that's the one thing that concerns me. That and some flooding, because I have a pool in the backyard, and from one of the rains since being in here, I noticed that the ground doesn't really soak up the water on the sides of the house. So my truck is in the shop. If you're a local, I could use some sandbags. So you want to pick your girl up a couple of them to go right around those back doors? That would be great. I'd be grateful. And other than that, here's what I think about. There was, I don't know if it was Charlie or it was one of them 3 hit. My brother's house got hit with a tree. And a big ass hole in your house, and rain and everything coming in your house. It doesn't matter what you prepared for if that kind of stuff happens, right? So, or a tree falls on your car that you just put $80 in gas to fill it up. And if a tree falls on it, you could just save them $80 to pay for that one night at the hotel or something. You know what I'm saying? So there's things that we just have no control over. We just have to wait until those things happen. And you just have to have faith. And that's the one thing. When I walked into Sam's yesterday, I saw someone that I knew. The first thing she said was like, oh, they have no water. And I was like, luckily I'm not here for that. But I wasn't even here for any of that. I was going just in case for the toilet paper, paper towels that we have to buy next week anyways. And to get some snacks for work. Because at the new line of work, it's just easier if I have my lunch. If I have my snacks so that I can just grab it out of my lunch bag. So got me some juices, got me some juice fruit cups, and got my snacks and got out of there. And the one thing that I had told her was, just have faith. We're going to be okay. Like, we're really going to be okay. Faith moves mountains. Fear does not. You all stay safe. I love you.